Hello, welcome to Game 6 of my league match against Catstealer. This is my last game of Season 44, and then move on to Season 45. I've already clinched, at least staying in Division D. I might move up to Division C, and I think I will if I win here. This is another kingdom where we've got a lot of stuff going on. So Urchin, discard, attack, mercenary, trashes. Cursed Village draws back up, so I'm not that worried about the Urchin, the mercenary attack later on. Enclave could be nice to keep duchies out of the deck. Mill Cursed Village works really well. Squire for +5. Squire works, Squire is a non-terminal. Squire you can gain +5 and then draw back up with Village. So that all seems really nice. What's the best way to hit 5 and get a vampire? Is that like Urchin Silver? You could also go double Urchin, try to high roll there. Get the mercenary quickly. I think I'm feel better about Urchin Silver. Try to get a vampire into the shuffle and activate the Urchin that way. Again, the mercenary attack's not that brutal because of Cursed Village. Although which you're playing with anyways, although if they get mercenary turn 3 and play like turn 5, 6, 7, you're just kind of losing. But as player 2, I'll open with 1 Urchin. And Silver, is there any consideration like Bard, given that like you don't really need terminals in this deck? So like Bard like finds terminal. Or Mill is the other thing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Mill Urchin. Mill mostly will function like a Silver early on. And basically any 5-card hand will turn into a 5 money because you can discard 2 estates. And the only way that wouldn't is if it was Mill 3 estates, 2 coppers. So if after you played Mill, you had 3 estates, 2 coppers, but if that seems pretty unlikely to happen. I assume they're going double Urchin though, but we'll see. Yeah, Bard didn't seem crazy to me. So Oasis also functions okay with Urchins. So second Urchin now, Oasis. This is pretty unclear to me. Second Urchin, Oasis. I really want to hit 6. I really want to hit 5 quickly to start adding Cursed Villages. The second Urchin doesn't seem to do that much other than activate your mercenary quicker. So I'm considering just getting an Oasis, although at this point, so this is disastrous, I think is the term. Bottom decking the Mill. I'm not going to hit 5 this shuffle at all. The only way that happens is if I bottom deck the Mill 1 in 12. Maybe if I bottom deck the Mill and the Urchin, which is even less than 1 in 12. Yikes. Okay, so this one does not seem like it's going to go my way. Especially if they play an Urchin now. Okay, they didn't, but they'll be able to play the Urchin and Vampire next turn. Yeah, this is just quite sad. Oh, it did. Okay, so, and I don't even hit 5 this turn. I already have 2 Urchins, so just add an Oasis. They're going to attack me this turn. I have a Bard, so if I can draw a copper and a Bard, I can get a Vampire. I didn't. So, another Mill, I guess. Again, if I don't get attacked here, I'm likely to hit 5. I'm guaranteed to hit 5 if I don't get attacked. If I don't get mercenary attacked, I'll hit probably just 4. Depending on what the Bard gives me. Yeah, I'm really far behind because I missed 5. I still haven't hit 5, and we opened. If either of our Bards or Mills bottom decked, we don't hit 5. So that was symmetric in that respect. Looking at the league results now that I've won 4-1, I have 18 points. They have 12.5 points. So if they win this game, they'll have 13.5 points. And they'll promote if they get 5 wins in their last match. What was their boon? They got miserable. That's not that bad. Okay, Earth's Gift would be nice. That one's also nice. I don't really need the Oasis or the Mill. What do I have? I have Mercenary down there, so I think I will just. I might not want to even trigger a shuffle. The advantage to that would be I discard nothing, and if I have Mercenary, no, I think I really do want to trigger a shuffle. So I'll just chuck everything. I bought a Vampire. Yes, this is my Vampire turn. They have unfortunately already played Vampire and Bat by the time. I think I miscounted how many cards were in the shuffle. I would have kept the Mill. It was 7 cards after the 4, so I could 11. But got a decent chance of drawing the Mercenary here. Should be 50-50. So I'm discarding Copper first in case I don't get attacked again. I'll discard an Estate and hopefully either draw a Mercenary or a Copper, in which case I just buy a Squire. So that's nice. They got hit with that. Ugh. So I don't get to play my Mercenary at all. That was quite painful. So they've trashed 4. I've trashed 0. This is not going well. Again, entirely just that first shuffle. I don't think strategically we've made the Mill versus the Bard feels like a minor distinction to me. And they're churning on their deck already. They've got 3 villages. I've got none. They're attacking me and trashing every turn. They're going to be clean before I even get to play my Mercenary once, entirely due to the way this all played out. And there's not really much I can do. I suspect this might even be an Enclave here from them. Start greening. They also need a Squire to get the plus buy going. Okay, another Squire, another Oasis. I think Oasis still because I don't have enough draw. And gain my first village. I took Envy, which means gold and silver make 1, which is fine because I don't have either of those cards in my deck. And now that I have the Cursed Village and I drew it, I'm somewhat immune to the trashing. So they've been able to trash 8. They will have been able to trash 8 before I can trash a single card. It's even possible they'll be completely clean before I've trashed a single card. This is what I said at the beginning. Like, if their Urchins collide before mine do, it ends horribly. And that's the situation we're in. And I didn't. It even was worse because I wasn't able to even get a Vampire. So and their what was it? War flipped over my bottom deck, my Mercenary, and then it got flipped over. So I'm not completely out of it because they have not bought a Squire yet. Because they have not bought a Squire yet, they don't have plus buy. They have to waste the turn buying a Squire, which gives me a little bit of something. It's not a lot, but it's a little bit of something. And they are under diluted, so they can't even buy a Squire this turn. So maybe they buy another Enclave, or they buy a province. Yeah, and they gain. What are they gaining? They're gaining a Squire. They discard an Oasis, which is fine. So yeah, I can actually draw 6 here, which is pretty sweet. Try to find my Mercenary. It doesn't seem like it's impossible to find a Mercenary in a deck, but it is actually impossible. Okay. Possible to find a Mercenary or a Bat. Cursed Village, Squire. And I don't have a village in this turn, so my Mercenary is going to miss the shuffle. And I'm going to trigger a bad shuffle here. What can you do? I do have an extra Squire. And I think they have one extra mill. They trashed one of my mills. So they have one extra mill, province, and miserable. And they could dud at some point if they don't draw a cursed village near the top. They also aren't going to be attacking me with mercenary anymore. The mercenaries, they've got nothing, no food left. Squires are actually decent. You can mercenary trash the Squire to gain vampires, and then play those vampires to gain more Squires. And then you get a bat. That won't come up here because I'm so far behind. Okay. So I have 2 Squires, right? It doesn't seem crazy to me to buy a Squire here and trash this Squire into buy a Squire and then bat this Squire into a vampire. Having a second vampire seems nice. Bat needs to trash something, but it can trash mercenary. It can trash... I still have a bunch of junk to trash. I'll discard a copper first. The bad thing that can happen is if I draw a cursed village with the Oasis here, then I can't play the mill without discarding a cursed village. Yeah, they're just maybe 2 full turns ahead of me. Maybe even more. I'll play the Oasis first. Well, that's annoying, but at least it gives me a card to discard. Okay, I'm going to draw with this. Oh my god. Where's my other cursed village? Okay, Will-O-Wisp. It's a nice pickup. Gain 2 buys. Okay, I'm going to grab 2 cursed villages this here. Haunting, neither of those hurt too bad. Okay, yeah, I think I'm just 2 full turns behind now. The trashing doesn't hurt as much because I can move through the deck. I have 1 extra vampire. They can just buy another province this turn, and then they're 2 provinces ahead, so I'm 2 turns behind. It's player 2, so maybe I'm like a full player 2 turn behind. Maybe they're a bit ahead because they have a bit, yeah. So they're more than a full turn ahead of where player 1 would normally be if we were mirroring. And their deck is clean, so like they don't these duds that I've had because of bad shuffles, they are very unlikely to have because their deck is clean because they got their mercenary online faster. One of my matches against Misgun, I think I lost a game like this. I think it was also game 6 where they got double Urchins going very quickly. Winning the Cursed Village split doesn't strike me as super important in this kingdom. Like 4 seem like enough if you're thin. Oh my god. Well, I don't. Guess I'm gonna gain 2 mills here. If I don't ever find my good cards, and you say, well, you have to thin, and you have to draw your mercenary to thin. My mercenary has been perpetually hiding from me. This is a very demoralizing game for me. And like doesn't even require luck for them to draw every turn because their deck is thin. So like they're basically guaranteed to have clean turns, and am moderately likely to have good turns if I draw, like if I don't, you know, bottom deck Cursed Villages and stuff, and Mercenaries and Mills and Oases and stuff. Oases. But yeah, they're doubling now. I'd just like to have one good turn. Nope. Never mind. Yeah. So that was just an incredibly painful game. I think there's minor play things I could have done, but really there was nothing I could have done there. The way I basically was lost from turn 4. And if they bottom decked a bunch of stuff or made complete bad plays, they could have let me catch up, but they just played it normally from there and were able to get the win. So I won the match 4-2. And I've got a chance to promote, but we'll see moving forward if they've got one more match tonight where it'll be decided. So thank you all for listening. Please leave a comment if you have any thoughts or suggestions about how I can improve my play or things you liked about it.